Can you guys hear me now? Oh, there we go. It worked. Okay. To those who, I don't know what happened there. It was genuinely not muted or anything. There was some advanced settings issue. So, without a further ado, let me redo the intro real quick because I owe you guys that one. There we go. I don't know what happened there. I had to go into the advanced settings and change up some stuff. Um, for one second, I thought there was another audio issue. I thought I heard an echo, but that's just because of my iPad. To those who are wondering, by the way, Tyran and Bob are joking the whole time. I know who they are. They're jokesters. The audio was not working for those who were curious why it wasn't working earlier. So it never was working. They were messing with you guys. But hello, Jarvera. Hello, Yako. Hello, Ark. Hello, Bob. Hello, Tyran. What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that. It wasn't muted or anything. It's just weird. Hopefully that doesn't. I even checked before I clicked the start stream button to make sure the audio was working because I've made many mistakes before where I literally been talking for minutes and people go, Evan, you are muted. I'm like, oh, I am. So, yeah. Anyways, let me read here. I'm here. I finally arrived for once. Yes, you have. Hi, Evan. Oh, your audio's not working, Evan. I put the 40s, a lovely voice. There's no sound. No, there is. Turn up your device. It's not okie dokie. Turn up your device, maybe. Yeah, they were messing with you guys. Yeah, there. I knew we. Yes, you were. I hate to admit it, but yes, you were. How are things, Evan? Things are going great, Yako. How about you, man? In case you are curious, I've been thinking, should there be a topic for this live stream? And I couldn't really think of one necessarily. So, I just thought of, a normal YouTube talk would be great, or discussion, which means we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about in chat. But no, there's no real updates with anything. I plan on releasing a figure review on Monday, and then after that, I'm gonna go back to just doing the content that I usually do, which is if I don't have any figures to review, come up with an idea over the weekend, film it over the weekend, edit it over the weekend, export it over the weekend, and then upload it over the week. That could be a short battle, that could be a stop motion test, that could be a skit, it could be anything you want. But I'm gonna go back to doing that after, not the next week, the week after, because next week I'm gonna be reviewing another figure, not a Godzilla figure, but the recently released SH Figure Arts Spider-Man 2021, but the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. So it's technically like Sam Raimi Spider-Man, but they just call it No Way Home Spider-Man for what reason? I have no idea. Let's sing Ballin' by. No, I'm good, man. Hey guys, hello Curtis Smith. Check your phone. My phone is not on me right now. It's in the living room. I'll have to check on that in a bit. Presidential election of 2024. Well, it's a little controversial, so I don't know if we're gonna get into that. I'm doing well. Yako 2 just came out. I'm working on the Dr. Mikey audio drama Yako 3 K, the final Yako movie. Well, guess what? I'm gonna be seeing your recent fan film tomorrow. Hopefully over the weekend, I'll have time to watch it. I'm really excited for it, man. I saw that it's pretty long too, 39 minutes. I think that's way longer than the first one, no? Um, so first Yako movie. This one, even though it's called Yako the Volcanic Meteor, was Yako 2 essentially, and then Yakuza 3. And that's gonna be it, right? It's gonna cap off the trilogy, because that's great. If once that's done, that's like, I'm sure that's a trilogy you've been waiting to do for a while. I have 56 minutes audio on the. Oh right, you were working on audio. So there's 56 minutes audio. How many minutes last time you had told me? And I think you also had an issue with stop motion, right? Is that fixed as well? Also, isn't Obama a character in your show? Obama was never a character in my show. I never have had or probably will ever get an Obama action figure. If I push through, I can get it done on Tuesday to Wednesday. Oh, the film entirely. That's great. I plan to review it. I certainly pushed through. What do you mean you pushed? Pushed through on what? What happened to that 1 year movie you were talking? It's still in the works. It's still in the works. I have no updates on it. If I did that, then it would be a topic. But the trailer for it, the teaser trailer for it, is going to come out in the middle of next month in mid-July. So that's going to be the first. That's going to be the first taste of the title, the shots, any idea of it whatsoever. It'll all be releasing in probably a little less than a minute long teaser trailer again in mid-July. As of right now, I am on scene 33, so definitely more than halfway done. In fact, we're actually very close to being done, technically speaking. 33 scenes out of 41. So let me just quickly do the math here. That is 80% done. Oh wow! I wish that thinking of making that the topic, but then I'd have to change the picture and all that, so I'm probably not gonna do that. But 80% done, and then oh whoops, Hang on. So we are 80% done with filming for this fan film. But while you might be wondering, wait, if you announced that it was coming out, if it's going to take a year-long process in October, meaning yes, it will come out in October of this year, then why is it going to be finished very soon if it's 80% done? Well, in case you're asking that question, I don't know if you are, but if you are in your head, or if you've said it already in chat, I just haven't noticed or whatever. I'm going to definitely be done with this before schedule. This is plans to be released in October. The specific release date will be announced in the teaser, but I plan to release it in October. That being said, most certainly I will be done filming the fan film by, I'd like to say, August, sometime in August. So that gives me most of August, all of September, and a little bit of October to fix any tiny little nitpicks, to go back and film, to cut out scenes that I don't need. Any little tiny thing will be cut or fixed or tweaked or anything. That gives me a month and a half, literally, to tweak anything. So that means that my hope is, with all that time left over, I'm going to be using it to make sure this fan film is the best it can be. Because if I were to just finish it on time, did a little, check without going too much in depth and released it, I bet you there'd be so many cons that I wouldn't have spotted. But with this month and a half of extra time, I'm going to be analyzing it, going in depth with it. Let me see here. I think it was 40 minutes. Yeah, 40 minutes. That's about right. Yeah. And what about the stop motion issue? Was that fixed? Yeah, it will be. And I've been making this trilogy for a while. I'm deciding on either calling the final movie the final chapter or the Shogun Scrolls. I'm also getting some help with the story. Well, that's great. I'm glad you're getting help with it. That way you can have some. Because honestly, when I wrote the script for this fan film, I intended it to be just me. But Robo, who's doing the music for it, and who's in the stream right now, by the way, is looked over the script when it was over. So I wrote it, but he looked over it just because he was curious and helped me fix some little things, and he does the music for it now. So yeah, getting some help to look at your script is very important. Definitely recommend it. And as far as the title is concerned, it's up to you, man. Both sound good to me. Though the final chapter, I mean, I feel like that's too it's too general in my opinion. Like, of course it's gonna be the final chapter. Make it something like maybe that's what the Shogun Scrolls is gonna be about. Maybe that'd be the perfect end off. Trump will be in my new fan film. Is that right? Is that right? Is that right? Evan, I can't hear you. No, you're lying, Robo. I know you can. And he was playing Dark Souls. Oh, how about that? In fact, I don't think, Ark, if I remember correctly, you've been joining the most recent streams, and I feel like you're joining more frequently now. That's great. Awesome. I have 20 minutes of audio left. I was able to do 20 minutes of audios in 4 days, so it's going to be very soon. Oh, man. 50. So that is a little over an hour, so I'm going to be watching that whole thing and giving it a review. I can't wait for it to come out in October. Thank you, man. I'm glad you're hyped. Hopefully, it is definitely, as of right now, the best fan film we've made so far. Obviously because I've taken my time on it, because I've gotten help with the script, with the effects, because I've been very I worked on the script from even while I was in the filming process of Godzilla Chase for Change. So all that stuff helps. Javero was your first language. Oh, that's a question for him. So watch the 2003 Clone Wars. I know you've been asking me to do that, but I don't know. I've kind of been backed up watching as of right now Better Call Saul. I have a few episodes left of season 6, so pretty much I'm almost done with the show. Maybe afterwards. Agreed. I hope to have Yakuza 3 released in February 2024. Oh, that's ambitious. That's still, I say that's a good amount of time. Not too close, but not too far away. I was gonna say, like, just seeing 2024, it just feels like it's so far away, but now we're halfway into 2023, man. It's barely double, unfortunately. I still don't know what happened. Referring to, my question about the stop motion issue? Or you're talking to Tyrant? Trump versus Biden Congress. So, oh my God. Well, that would, I think that would get some views, I'm pretty sure. Jarvera, please get me. I don't know how I can get you water, man. Let me see here. Yes, I've had. I need Jarvera. Watch or you die. I will watch it at some point. Jeez, so. Ooh, that's cool, Evan. Thank you, man. Imagine watching Better Call Saul instead of City Angie Battle. Yeah, I can imagine that, Sam. I can actually kind of imagine that because it's kind of happening right now, if you want me to tell you the truth. So yeah. It's very good, though. Have you seen it? Also, February's is my birthday month. Oh yeah, so you're gonna release it on your birthday then? Ambitious, ambitious. I say ambitious. Why not? It's ambitious of me to say ambitious. No, it's about my stop. Oh, your stop motion problem. Oh, okay. Um. Well, then if that's the case, so it's kind of fixed. You're saying, or you don't know what happened, but it's fixed now. Which one? Javera, no way, please. Sam the Guy Get fan. Yes, Sam the Guy Get fan. Respond, Pools, Javera. Oh boy, I think Tyron has a few questions for you, Javera. So the age of battle is peak. Okay, we won't get into that. Maybe we will because it's a normal YouTube discussion. Because normal YouTube discussions, what do? They bring in random discussion. Um, yes, it will. Oh, that's great, man. That's a perfect way to release it. February 5th, 2024. That's a great way to do it. Be my birthday. Time to release the movie that'll cap off my trilogy. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to this film, like I already said. But yeah, I've seen Better Call Saul. Fantastic show about Breaking Bad. Oh yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, I'm on season. I literally was watching it just before I started the stream. Season 6, episode 7. So I got 6 episodes left, and it is so depressing to think that I'm 6 episodes away from just completing the Breaking Bad, universe content. I watched Breaking Bad last summer, and then at some point in the fall, I watched El Camino, and then I've been watching. Technically speaking, I've been watching Better Call Saul since October, but I took a massive break. We're talking months long break, and then I went back to it I think in May, and now I've been just binging it because I've had more time. And it is fantastic, but Breaking Bad is better, yeah. The one thing that just irks me is the fact that all the main characters in Better Call Saul look obviously older um, than they do in Breaking Bad because it was filmed afterwards in Breaking Bad. And I get it's a lot of money to do the de-aging process, even back then when it was only starting to become a thing. Because I think they started the show in 2015, but it's kind of weird. It just irks me a bit. Gus is like visibly older from what he's supposed to look like in 5 years from now. This is why you have no girl. Why? For not watching. Oh, for not liking City Ninja Battle. Is that why? No, I do. I actually do. Tyron is just spreading rumors. Um, it's not really. It's kind of just someone fixed a small part out of nowhere, but it's still very much broken. Oh, I see. Oh, I see what you're saying. In fact, I'm probably gonna turn the light on. Whoop. Oops. There we go. For 1 second, I don't know what happened there. Sorry. My computer, I think, unplugged. Or no. Ah, sorry. Got caught in this thing. There we go. Sorry about that. Try fixing it now. Man. Alright. We're good. Sorry about that. Hang on. Alright. I also graduated high school. I got about $190, about 90% of its savings, and will use that rest of the $40 to see The Flash next Friday. $40 for the... Well, first off, congratulations, by the way. I know I wish you that already, but congratulations again. And secondly, why so expensive to see the movie? Is it like, are you going to feel that... are you going to go with friends and you're paying for them? Or... Because $40 is a lot of money. I figured single tickets would maybe be like a little under 20. Let me see this. When Silver coming back, I need to jump him for his gun. Oh, Silver. No, Silver will probably show up, maybe. The camera's trying to get away. Get it. Yeah, no, I fixed it. There, it's fine now, I'm pretty sure. Let me see here. Let me see here. Let me see here. Sorry about that. I was just eating. Oh, I know you're trying to get me to say there, Ark. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Um, But let me see this. I'm gonna see an IMAX 3D, and the movie will be $18 in my theater. If I go for IMAX 3D, and the rest will be for concessions. Oh, okay, I get it, I get it. Because I was about to say, like, one ticket for $40 would be nuts. Let me see here. I got the SH Monster at Shin Godzilla. Nice. How much was it? Inflation, am I right? No, yeah, that is a little bit of a problem nowadays. Um, for sure. Even at movie theaters. I mean, it's not just inflation. Like from the very beginning, movie theaters have been. I mean, I get they have to make a profit, but they've been overpricing. Like they have been overpricing every little thing. You want a little candy bar, Coke? It's like $3 more than if you were to get it from a vending machine at like some Walmart. You know, bro, what? Let me scroll up here. Mm, let me see here. Um, what movie do you plan on seeing next, Evan? Um, as of right now, um, voice crack. As of right now, definitely Flash because that's coming up very soon. And then Indiana Jones 5 by the time the end of June comes around, which is a great way to end off the school year because a few days before that will be the last day of school for me. And in fact, I think maybe the day of. I have to check, but it's going to be a few days around or before there, something around there. And then I know it's going to be a while before it. Well, not a while, but like it's not in June. I'm going to be seeing Oppenheimer, which is going to be great. July 21st. That's right. So I'm very much excited to see that. Um, let's see here. Let me see here. There we go. Oh, Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse I was supposed to see last Sunday with a friend of mine, but unfortunately he couldn't make it, so I'm going to see it next week. But I heard it's very good. Have you guys seen it? Who here has seen Spider-Verse? I'm going to be spoiled at the end of this next year on films. At the end of this in the next year on films. What do you mean? Like the film's coming around this time, you're going to get spoiled? For example, when I saw John Wick 4, the last movie I saw in theaters, I had to pay $22 for a burger, some M&Ms, and a Dr. Pepper. Oh. Plus the ticket, right? Oh, okay. And so when you're referring to Flash, the $22 on top of the already what $20 that you already paid for is going towards the tickets and the burgers and all that, right? Same thing with this. God, I can only imagine how much food will cost for the Flash. Yeah, especially if you're going opening night, I imagine they're going to up the price maybe $3 per each item. He's dead. Who's dead? Oh, I forgot to read your text. Oh yeah, girl is dating my friend Nick. Or Nick likes Godzilla movies. Well, that is well, first things first. Is your friend like Godzilla as well? Because I was about to say, like, if he does, he's very lucky that he has um a girl he's dating who's interested in Godzilla movies, or at least not interested, but has some connection to them otherwise. Um, I can't even begin to tell you if that happened to me, I'd be relieved. I feel the second I get a girlfriend, the second I say I'm lent to Godzilla, the first reaction I get is, you know. Um, but so we got Flash. We got which. Oh, by the way, Flash is June 16th, right? It's next Friday. I'm probably gonna see it next Saturday. Um, let me see here. Uh, yeah, that's right, June 16th. Oh man, and General Zod too. When I saw General Zod in the trailer, I thought to myself, he actually doesn't look much older than he did in the Man of Steel film. That was 10 years ago, too. He aged pretty well. Um, Michael Shannon was his name. But it's going to be great, man. Um, the movies are Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire, Godzilla 2023, Gamer Rebirth, Skull Island, Legacy of Monsters, Avatar 3, Deadpool 3. Those are the movies you think you're going to get spoiled about? Or spoiled on? Well, the thing that you're lucky about is none of those movies have come out recently. I'll tell you what. I think over the summer they're going to release the trailer for Godzilla 2023, and that is going to be. I cannot wait to react to that. Let me just tell you, first Toho Godzilla film since 2016. I really think it's just gonna bring back all this nostalgia because I just remember the vibe of that fall of 2016 when it was releasing in the United States, and I went to see it with a friend of mine in Times Square, and it was so great. Um, Something about that era was when my channel's been existing since like late 2014, but for the first 2 years of my channel it was really just the Mego dolls, the rubber ducks, and I made shows out of them and stuff, and I was always a Godzilla fan for all those years, but I never made any Godzilla content besides the Godzilla show and Godzilla and His Amazing Friends. But then when I really delved into the Godzilla community, it was around fall of 2016. Even though again I had a channel by that time for 2 years, I still like Godzilla those last 2 years, just didn't dive into the community. I just remember that time. It was when I, started to meet people, and again, Shin Godzilla. It was awesome. It was really awesome. Evan Go Riz of a baddie. Well, I'm live right now, so it's a little bit tricky. No, adding the ticket would be $37 for JW for the Flash. The concessions will be 37. Oh, I got to order my ticket online. Oh yeah, for sure. And now I understand why you're bringing 40. Yeah, that's right. No, not spoiled. They are what I'm looking forward to and want to see. Oh, I see. Well, then, yeah, I'm 100% agreement with you. Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire is, you guys, if you were in my live stream, like I think 3 live streams ago, you already know my opinion on that. But I feel like they'll also release the trailer for Kraven the Hunter. Um, yeah, I feel like I have to watch that to get hyped. As of right now, I don't know. I'm not really too hyped about that. Sometimes, you really aren't excited for stuff until you get a glimpse of it. Like I remember for the Flash film, when I first heard about it, I had no real reason to be happy because I wasn't a big fan of the DCU. And then I saw the trailer and I was like, wow, considering Michael Keaton's back, Zod, I thought, I figured now I'm excited. Sometimes you have to wait for stuff. The leaks of It's All Come the New Empire sound really cool. If they are true, I was right. Well, I'm not even looking into any of those leaks. I remember there was all this, talk about GVK leaks, and I didn't even look into them, so I was never able to tell if the ones that were being discussed were real or not. But it's just every time I heard about these leaks, I was just like, whatever. I'm not gonna. I just figured it wasn't worth my time to look into them because I don't want to get spoiled. They might not even be true, and even if they are true, whatnot. Just save the anticipation round. Um, Tinder. Anyways, I'm gonna go. All right, I'll see you, Ark. I'm a big fan of the DC, and I'm excited for the Flash. I just don't like Ezra. Yeah, Midler. Yeah, that's right. No, I'm not a big fan of him either, considering all the controversy, which I actually don't know so much of the details. I just know the general stuff, and I'm not a big fan of that. Um, but no, yeah, DCU. I mean, I'm glad they're doing this whole reset thing. I think it's about time because sometimes you got to switch things up if you see that things aren't working out. And I really don't know much about it either. So if this is their transition way of doing it, then it's smart. But you know, um, it'll hopefully be good. Uh, Godzilla's I sounded like the mic. Huh. Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire is nothing like GVK based on leaks. No, I'm not saying it's I'm not saying the leaks are going to be similar from the GVK leaks. I'm saying in the sense that like I remember when GVK was releasing, there was all these talks about um, you know the leaks concerning GVK, and I never really wanted to look into that, considering that they were you know um, either real spoilers or just fake spoilers that I'd be wasting my time looking into. Or I might not even like them. I might as well. I mean, I might look at a leak, not like it, and I just killed the anticipation, which is not very strong for it to begin with. But long story short, Ezra Miller trapped into the tapped into the speed postal with. Yeah, that's right. I think it was back in the winter, if I remember correctly. After 16 years, I have returned. If I remember correctly, I believe you are Ark on another account. So there's that. No, I mean the films themselves are different. No. Yeah, I'm sure. If they were to make them very similar, then that wouldn't benefit them very much because all the people who would love GVK be happy, but those who didn't, to which by the way there are plenty, would not be happy. So I hate the new title of the show, Monarch: Legacy of the Monster. I much prefer Godzilla and the Titans. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, eh, it's you can again. Um, I'm not. Sorry, I blanked out there for a second. I'm not a big fan of the title either, but you know, it is what it is. I just, again, my stance on all the new legendary stuff. I think you guys already know. If not, let me know and I'll reshare my opinion since it is a YouTube discussion. No, I am not the. Yeah, you're. I am not the. And I am not the government is ARG. So you know, that's how I know that. Let me see here. Um, Sorry about that. Nuh-uh. Yes, uh-huh. Yes, you are. Yeah, I remember you admitted it too. Yako, in fact, if you had you not admitted I'm not the government, then I would have made me believe you maybe aren't ARC. Yako, I'd personally prefer the Rise of Titans or the Rise of the Titans. Plus, we'll go with Godzilla King of Monsters quote the opening of the. That's true. That's true. Um, it'd be like if I made a show called Yako and the Shogun and just renamed it to Cinemas Multiverse. Yeah, yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, it's like, I mean, we'll see what it has to offer, but just as like a general note, I'm not a big fan of the Legendary stuff. I kind of just feel like Legendary is not been the best at handling Godzilla content. It should just be left to Toho. I mean, granted, if we left it to Toho, then we would be getting Godzilla content less frequently, but the point is that it would be good content. It wouldn't be frequent bad content. It would be infrequent good content. Because I like Shin Godzilla a lot. I remember when I saw Shin Godzilla, I went from loving it to not liking. No, sorry, liking it to not liking it to loving it. Um, but yeah. Um, let's see here. Um, let's see here. Yeah, so yeah, I agree. So why not something like Godzilla Titans Rise? No, that would be a good name. Yeah, that'd probably be the best one yet that you guys come up with. Godzilla Titans Risen would be cool. Um, or the Rise of the Titans. Except that would sound a little bit too much like Attack on Titan, but I get what you're saying. When is that plan on release, by the way? Does anybody know? I don't know enough of details about it. I do love legendary movies, but Toho Godzilla, something about it always hit. Um, I also hate that legendary Godzilla can't be killed and has led people to think, and has led people to thinking the wrong thing. Yeah, that's true. They kind of make him a little overpowered. Doesn't have a really. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I would have also guessed if nobody else has mentioned it thus far. Um, but Toho Godzilla is yeah, it's just I don't know. Shin Godzilla was just fantastic. Um, the one thing that I'm not happy about is that even though I like Toho Godzilla films, even though I prefer Toho to like what I would want in a perfect world is for Toho to make great Godzilla films, but at this point in to be making Godzilla films that have more kaijus other than just Godzilla. With this new film, it's going to be just Godzilla again. With Shin Godzilla, it was just Shin Godzilla, and with I mean, it's just it'd be cool if Toho made a Godzilla film that contained another monster in it. And I get people are like, why? We already have so many Godzilla versus monsters, but like I get it, but like we haven't had a new kaiju concept in a Godzilla movie um, from Toho's standpoint at least since like 2004. I mean, you can come up with Muto, but that was 2014 and that was legendary. And you already know my opinion on the legendary movies. I want Toho to come up with new Godzilla films that are directed well, take a while and stuff, but I would say are more than just Godzilla. I think Shin Godzilla was the perfect segue of doing a single Godzilla film into a Godzilla film that now is made by Toho and now is multiple kaijus, but they're not doing that, which is a little disappointing. But I'm not going to complain. I still am happy they're doing one in 2023. Um, that's great. Um, but yeah. Um, but again, the trailer's likely going to be coming out sometime over um, the summer, which is going to be awesome. But if it's releasing in November 3rd for Japan, then when is it releasing in America? That'd probably mean maybe a few months later in June, if I had to guess, of 2024. Um, it's going to be interesting, I think, for a Godzilla film to now take place for the first time before 1954. I think that's very, very interesting. We've always been used to this whole 1954 start off kind of thing, but not anymore. Um, you know, Am I the only one here now? Oh no! Well, no, you're one of two. We did have like six people, but of course, as always, sometimes it goes down a little bit. Um, Toll will be worse, honestly. Just look at GSP and the trilogy. It will just be stuff all the time. Plus, the MV never stopped. Plus the monster. Sorry. Plus, Monsterverse never stopped making. No, but by Toho, I'm not referring to anime content. I'm referring to live action content. I know Toho also doesn't make good content revolving its anime content. At least I'm not a fan of it. So when I'm talking about Toho making Godzilla content, Trevor, I'm talking about live action films. Those would be better than anything else that they've ever made recently, and the legendary films, um, all of which would be inferior. So when I mean Toho is going to be better, I don't mean their anime content. I know that that's on par of being just as bad as the legendary Godzilla content or worse. I'm not. I'm talking about their live action stuff. Plus, if it's only Toho, it will take 6 to 7 something years for films. It'll probably kill the franchise if they only stuck with. Well, yeah, I brought that up earlier, but the thing is, the catch is, you get good infrequent content versus bad frequent content. You know. But I'm not trying to say that toe. I do understand. I'm not trying to say that toe equals better quality. Um, what do you mean? Like you're trying not? I'm sorry. I'm confused. You're saying um, you're basically saying like you don't think toe is just better quality. You just think that you understand my viewpoint. Also, think the big problem with modern Godzilla films is Toho. They passed a thing where Godzilla can't have. I don't know why I keep like fumbling words. I guess I'm reading too. I have to slow things down a bit. Where Godzilla can't have character, it can't feel emotion. Um, I mean, I guess that's a fair point, um, but in the end, it is their character to be completely fair, and even if you might not like that approach, you might like it once they put it on the big screen because they've only been able to pull it off with like one film, and that film turned out to be good. I thought. So that's why Godzilla can't become the monsters. Ugh. So that's why people think Godzilla can't die. No, I mean if they Toho had a good frequent amount of um, you know deaths concerning Godzilla. Um, how many times in general um, did God has Godzilla died? Let's see here. Hmm. Let's see here. Yeah, 3 or 4 times, technically speaking. They just killed their character. It's why people love Godzilla and why his origins. Being not only of a real event, but it's just tragic. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I just think in general, like I know what you're saying. It's just I feel like, and it was like that until um, why am I drawing a blank as to what that acronym stands for? Final Wars. It's like it was like that until Final Wars came out. Um, you mean like he had like the emotion um, that you want to see in a Godzilla movie before Final Wars? Since Final Wars, that's right. Yeah. Well, no. To be fair, a lot of the modern Godzilla fans are of our generation, which is right around or just after 2004. So they're not really used to seeing Godzilla in any other context. Funny enough, though, that our generation, who's been, I think, is now probably the generation with the most Godzilla fans than any other time prior in history, is seen more American Godzilla films in our lifetime than Japanese Godzilla films, even though the Japanese came up with Godzilla in the first place. You see, had the character in emotion, then Final Wars ripped it away. Um, I don't know if I would say that. I think in Final Wars they did make Godzilla have this emotional rage into destroying kaiju. But I think if you want to talk about emotion, I think the era that did that best was Heisei. Heisei gave Godzilla a very very good emotional character arc, very emotional. We're talking about the story arc about they showed him being Godzillasaurus into who he was at the end, and all that stuff was just done so well. I really don't like Final Wars. No, no, no. I 100% agree with you. Um, I mean, I don't know if I agree that Godzilla had zero emotion in Final Wars, like what Javert was saying, but I don't like Final Wars in general. I've always said that Final Wars lacks like any creativity besides the same aliens from outer space sending monsters to fight Godzilla. It lacks just no creativity other than that same concept we've seen in so many Godzilla films. And in the end, it's just the acting was horrible, with the exception of um, with Don Fry. Don Fry did it. They did a pretty good job. Besides him, though, acting was not very good in almost any of them, in any of that film. And kaiju scenes was just like over redundant. Like I feel like what makes a Godzilla film great is if the human story is I've always said this: human stories in a Godzilla film are needed more than Godzilla in the film. And I know what people are going to say. Well, it's a Godzilla film. Why are we showing more humans than monster scenes? Well, if you show more monster scenes, you're overstepping the whole hype to the movie. The hype to the movie is that we get to see a giant monster attack the city, right? Now, what happens when all that hype builds up to seeing that only happen? You get bored. You're watching the same thing for 2 hours. If you have a good human story on top of that also doesn't have to connect but should connect to Godzilla, um, you're entertained by the fact that there's two things going on at once, and you build hype, and hype accumulates while watching the humans at the same time. I just feel like this whole we should have more monster scenes and human scenes is just. I'm sorry to say, I don't want to insult people in this chat who might, if you disagree, that's fine. But like, I just find it really childish. Like, me wanting more monster scenes than human scenes is what I wanted when I was 8. But if you're going to be a filmmaker and you want to make a movie that's similar to this type of concept, the way you build hype isn't by having the monsters only take over the screen. It's by having them in massive, but yet, like, okay, you know what? Less is more. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Less is more. If you show less of something, it's more impactful. Like, for instance, in Star Wars, if you had the whole film was just Darth Vader versus Luke Skywalker, is that entertaining? If that was the whole movie, no. Now, if you have it like for like 10 minutes of a scene out of a 2 hour long movie, but you make those 10 minutes so damn good, is it then worth it at that point to have waited that long into the movie while also being entertained by like sidebar stuff, by like off the side stuff? Yes, it is. Um, so that's my whole point here. Apparently, Godzilla in the MonsterVerse gets one shot by older Godzillas, said by Toho fans. Um, yeah, I mean, it's no, I what do you, wait, what do you mean by that? You're saying um, um, like they don't give it as much of a chance? I agree. As much as I don't like the Heisei era, I love the emotion that they gave him in Godzilla '85, my favorite movie ever. Godzilla vs. Biollante, Godzilla vs. Destroy. Yeah, for sure. Uh, Godzilla vs. Destroy, definitely. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, they also gave him great emotional character. Godzilla vs. Biollante, I would say so too. If they only had fans like us make the films like the concepts, yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe one day though. Can you do stop motion monster movie trailers? Well, I mean, if I were to do one, then the only issue with that is I only make trailers of films that I'm actually like making. Like if I mean, for instance, I'd be making the trailer for this fan film that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be releasing the trailer for the fan film I'm working on next month. But that's because I'm actually making that fan film. You know, it wouldn't make sense if I were to make a trailer for a movie I might never release. But um, but I might try in a few stop motion here and there. I agree that they need more human plots and kaiju fights intertwined, in my opinion. I've recently started caring more for storytelling and characters rather than action scenes all the time. Yeah, yeah, for sure. It just makes it more enjoyable, you know? The Return of Godzilla 2023 stop motion fan film. Like a recreation, you mean? Just like the kaijus do something different besides destroy cities, just give them character, like them going around. Yeah, that too. So if you're gonna have human stories, you should also give the kaijus a little bit of a story too. You know, they are kaijus, they aren't humans, but give them something. I agree with Javera on that because all that's story, just more story is what just makes it more real, makes it more innovative and interesting. Um, let me see here. By the way, just so you know, we are 5 subscribers away from 2,000. Or sorry, oh, what 2,000? I wish. 1,270. So keep it up, guys. Keep it up. 5 more subscribers away from 1,270, and then we're gonna keep going from there. Um, let me see here. Let's see here. Whoops. I almost left track. I mean, the Toho Godzilla fans think that the older Godzilla one shot Monster versus in Final Wars will shoot his stomach breath than Emida's. Oh, I see what you're saying. Also, they show superheroes on screen all the time, and it's uninstall hype at the end. No, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying if they show it so often enough that it gets boring, then it's kind of just like, what am I doing here? It's kind of just like it kind of kills the whole point of it. If you build it up, it's much more worth it in my view. Um, let's see here. What's your opinion on martial arts movies, Evan? I honestly, I'm so sorry to say, but I have not seen. I don't think. I mean, if I did, it was probably when I was really, really little and it was on TV. But I just, in general, I have not seen many, unfortunately. I should, but I haven't. Like a Karate Kid and all that. I mean, it's either I saw them a long time ago, or I never did. But um, you know, I should. So I can't really have an. I can't. I don't really have an opinion on them to answer your question. I wish. Um, It can be just the kaiju if done right, but there are most definitely, but there should most definitely be human characters still. Yeah, well, if it's just gonna be just the kaiju, then maybe at the very least it shouldn't be terribly long. Maybe at that point make it like an hour. But I still think at that point, like there's still, I don't, I there's first things first. There's never been a Godzilla movie where there's been no human story. Number one, so we ought to remember that the whole reason why they're so successful is because both have been intertwined. And I get maybe the idea of it being as an experiment, but I don't know. I feel like that'd be a little too risky. How about Lego minifigures and giant monsters toys together in stop motion movies? Well, giant monsters and stuff in stop motion short battles, I definitely do. Unfortunately, I don't have any Lego figures. I wasn't ever a really big Lego person. Oh, and what do you think of Mortal Kombat, the games, not the movies? I've never played. Oh, okay, that's not true. I was about to say I've never played it, but um, I have a friend who has it, and I played on his um, I play on his console from time to time. But it's generally speaking, I'm not really too familiar with it. Or wait a minute, am I thinking of something different? Um, no, yeah, I probably played it once or twice, but I don't have a console. I played it at my friend's house. I mean, they have. I mean, they can't have the kaiju there most of the time. Give them character. They have humanity. Turn on the kaiju that did nothing wrong, and then the kaiju destroyed the cities. Um, no, I get what you're saying. It's just at the end of the day, um, you can only give a giant monster so much human story, because they're not human, right? So if you were to give them so much, it's kind of just like I feel like it would be too different, too risky. It would definitely worth an experiment for sure. I asked because I'm about to study Wing Chun and martial art so that I can animate it for Yakko 3. Oh, that'd be awesome, man. That's congrats. I mean, I know that's like you're doing it for your own movie, but that's great. Because honestly, if there's any methods you can use to make the fight scenes any cooler, that would be worth it, 100%. It will be the Avengers versus Godzilla. Well, I mean, the only issue with that is that the Avengers are like human figures and Godzilla's like 400 feet tall. Um, um, but it is very innovative though. Let's see here. Um, Sorry. Oh, I just realized it is unfortunately time, my friends, to be ending off the stream as I have to do some stuff right now. Let me just quickly um read the chat here. Sorry about that. Um, let me see here. Um, Let me see here. I asked because I'm at it. Oh no, whoops, I read that. Why not have? Oh, hello, Corey. I think I follow you on Instagram on my Godzilla account. No. Why not have a human transform into a kaiju? Um, that would be interesting, kind of like a mutation, right? Possibly. Um, I like that idea actually. I'm a big fan of martial arts, fantasy, and kaiju, so I thought I'd do a mix. But the former, but the former will be the focus rather than. Oh, I see what you're saying. Um, but it is a good mix, though. I have to argue because at that point the fight scenes would be entertaining, and also the stories too. They can have character arcs. Animals can have a lot of character ones. You know them, and a kaiju can be far more human than some good thing. That's true. Um, but unfortunately, oh snap! Come on, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. We'll see, Evan. I have a great time. Same to you, man. So that being said, I apologize, but I will be ending off the stream. Thank you all for attending. Again, I'll keep you guys posted on any new updates. But as of right now, there's nothing. I should have made the topic of the stream that we're 80% done with the fan phone, but I didn't really have much to say about that either, even if I made that the title. So that being said, thank you guys for joining.